Plans to build a mosque in the shadow of the World Trade Center has sparked a controversy pitting freedom of religion against the rights of families who lost loved ones in the September 11th attacks.
Action News reporter Brian Callahan sat down with the Miller family, whose daughter was killed on United Flight 93, to get their view on the proposed mosque, as well as find out the latest about the National Memorial.
We want to remember September 11th for what it is. We don't want the controversy of the mosque, to overtake it.
David and Catherine Miller have spent the last 9 years working to preserve the memory of their daughter, Nicole, and the other 39 people killed when Flight 93 crashed. They say the recent controversy over plans to build an Islamic mosque and community center in the shadow of the World Trade Center is unfortunate.
It shouldn't become this controversy. It just, when it sort of came up, they should say, well, that's not really a good idea. Can we do it a couple miles away, or, but just a few blocks is not a good idea.
President Obama and New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg say America was founded on the principles of freedom, something that should not be ignored.
Ground zero is indeed hallowed ground. But let me be clear. As a citizen and as president, I believe that Muslims have the right to practice their religion as everyone else in this country. And that includes the right to build a place of worship in a community center on private property in Lower Manhattan.
For their part, the Millers hope the controversy will be put on the back burner in the coming weeks so people can reflect on the tragedy that struck the nation 9 years ago.
It's an important time not only for the families but for the nations to remember and to be inspired by the stories and to make sure that this never happens again.
While the Millers plan to stay close to home for this year's memorial, they are honored that former First Lady Laura Bush will be speaking at the Flight 93 Memorial in Pennsylvania because she played such a critical role in establishing the landmark.
It usually takes decades to have something labeled a national memorial. The Bush administration was very helpful.
In Chico, Brian Callahan, Action News.
The Millers are planning to go back to Pennsylvania for the 10th anniversary of 9/11, where they will hold a ribbon cutting at the Flight 93 Memorial in Pennsylvania, currently under construction.
Shelby's Law, the bill inspired by the alcohol poisoning death of a Reading teenager, is now officially on the books. Governor Schwarzenegger signed the bill into law yesterday. It adds California to the states in which an adult can be held civilly liable if something happens to a minor to whom they knowingly gave alcohol. The law is named after 17-year-old Shelby Allen, a Foothill High student who died in December of 2008 after reportedly taking 21 shots at a friend's house. Shelby's mother, Debbie Allen, tells Action News she's thankful the governor signed the bill. She says she believes it will help save the lives of teenagers by holding adults responsible. The bill will not apply to licensed alcohol vendors.
The California Supreme Court says furloughs of state workers can resume while it reviews whether governors have the authority to mandate unpaid days off. The announcement is a victory for Governor Schwarzenegger, who has sought to save the state money by imposing another round of furloughs. 3 furlough days a month for about 150,000 state workers will begin tomorrow. A spokesman says the furloughs will save the state about $150 million a month.
Local veterans broke ground on a new memorial in Oroville today. The first phase of a project to build a Veterans Memorial Park began this morning. Hundreds gathered to mark the occasion. The site is located next to the Veterans Memorial Hall on Montgomery Street. The park will serve as a place of remembrance and reflection where people can pay tribute to American troops who are still deployed in combat, as well as veterans from Butte County.
A lot of people have given their lives in service of this country, and a lot of them are Butte County. They don't get the recognition they deserve, and I think this is a good start.
We hope that in the future that generations that will come and see this park and read the names on the walls that we will have, that they'll get a sense of what it takes to fight for America and to defend our liberties.
The Memorial Park has been in the works for 9 years and represents a major milestone for the Oroville community, but officials say they still need $1 million to complete the project.
Some North State 7th graders are catching the attention of NASA scientists and astronomers throughout the world. The students from Evergreen Middle School in Cottonwood discovered the opening to a previously unknown cave on Mars. Action News reporter Linda Watkins-Bennett introduces us to some of the kids.
All 16 of Dennis Mitchell's students, who are now 8th graders, discovered the opening to a cave while working on a distance learning research project with the Mars Space Flight Facility run out of Arizona State University. First they learn how, and then they perform real research. Their discovery has brought attention and media coverage from around the world.
Once the research is done, NASA uses it. They don't just sit on it. They do use the comments that the students have made when they're interpreting their images.
The students were originally looking for lava tubes using a camera that orbits Mars.
When I zoomed up on it, I saw the normal lava tube cave-ins, and as I looked closer, I could see a darker hole, and I asked Mr. Mitchell what it was, and he said it was a skylight.
The students who enroll in the program get to travel to the NASA Ames Research Facility in Mountain View every year to present images and research findings to a team of NASA scientists.
I really enjoyed the whole experience. It was really different for me. You know, I've never did anything close to the magnitude of this.
It was really cool. I never thought that a group of 7th graders from a small town in the middle of nowhere would be getting this much attention from all over the world.
In Cottonwood, for Action News, I'm Linda Watkins Bennett.
Many of the students are now interested in pursuing careers in science and astrology.
Regular student access to computers seemed as distant as the moon for one budget-pinched Yuba City school until a NASA donation came along. Park Avenue Elementary in Yuba City has received 24 used computers and servers from the NASA Ames Research Center in Silicon Valley. Due to state budget cuts, the school had a desperate need for computers. In addition, many of the students don't have access to computers at home, so school officials say this extra equipment will dramatically boost students' access to the computers.
This partnership with NASA Ames helps bridge a technological gap so that our school is as up-to-date as a school that serves other types of students.
I think these computers are going to be cool and awesome to work with. They're going to help us to read and write so we understand our English language better.
Park Avenue Elementary has a student population of 563, which is 86% Hispanic.
It's become one of the largest egg recalls in recent history. How millions of eggs in 20 states have become contaminated or have the potential of being contaminated by salmonella coming up.
First it was lead, now there's a new metal to be concerned about. We'll tell you what California lawmakers are doing to try and keep the cadmium found in jewelry out of this state.
We'll take a look at our weekend forecast and talk about a real cool down coming our way when NBC 24 Action News returns.